Nearly 5 years after the release of the original AirTag, Apple has just released the AirTag 2, the second generation AirTag, with some very solid improvements. So in this video, I'm going to be unboxing and setting up the new AirTag, and then discussing those improvements to see if it's worth upgrading your existing AirTags. So Apple sells the AirTag individually as just one for $29, or you can get a 4-pack for $99. And the first thing I noticed is that the 4-pack box has a different design than the original AirTags. Originally, it was just a square box with 4 AirTags. Now it's this long, rectangular box that has the AirTags stacked up, all 4 on top of each other. So a slight difference there already. Okay, so let's go ahead with the unboxing. Of course, we do have the simple little peel tab right there. Let's go ahead and open up this 4-pack. And if we go ahead and pull right here, we'll be able to see that the AirTags just slide right out just like so. And immediately you can see it just says AirTag on the little packaging there, and we open it up, and this packaging is also different than what we saw with the original AirTag. So I like this much better than the original back in 2021. So you can see the 4 AirTags are right there, and we do have a little kind of getting started guide right here that tells you, how this works, along with the guide in here as well. The only other thing you get in here is this paperwork. So right here it just says turn on Bluetooth, then pull the tab, hold near device, and follow on-screen instructions. And then it shows you kind of how far away you need to be with your AirTag, and it shows you where to turn on Bluetooth. Okay, so let's go ahead and take one of these out and see if we can see any type of difference from the first generation in terms of design. So this is a first generation AirTag that I have right here. Just gonna take one of these off. So we're just gonna take this, and we will, once you pull the tab, you will see it pop up on your device. So if we take a look, you can hear it does make a noise, and when you put it close to your device, you should see it populate with AirTag just like so. Now, before we set that up, I do want to take a look at the design here and see if I can really tell any type of difference between the two. And just first glance, it looks and feels exactly the same. Now, there is a slight change in the weight. So the new AirTag is a tiny bit heavier. It's about 7% heavier than the AirTag first generation. However, just holding them right here, I cannot tell a difference. They both feel super light. Like, you can't really tell a difference in the weight since it's just grams. Like, it's really hard to tell the difference. And also just the top right here, you can see they look exactly the same. They are the same thickness. If you put them on their side, they are the exact same there as well. Now, the only real difference you'll see, the only way that you're going to be able to tell the second gen from the first gen is with the text on the back of the AirTag. So I'm not sure if my original AirTag is just worn down and this one's new, but it's easier to read the text. It looks like it's a little bit larger. The font size is a bit larger. And then also to the right of AirTag, it now says Find My in all caps, whereas before to the right, it said designed by Apple in California, and it showed other things on there as well. But now it says Find My, and then next to that says NFC, and then it says Bluetooth LE and ultra wideband, and then it finishes off by saying IP67 and Apple Incorporated. So it kind of just tells all the features and the technology and who it was made by on the back now. Now, some people pointed out that this says IP67 and that that's a new feature. That's actually not a new feature or change. The first generation was also IP67. It just was not mentioned on the back like it is here. And by the way, since these are the same design, that means that all of your old accessories, all of your old holders, everything that you clipped onto your backpack and things like that, all of the old accessories for the AirTag will work just fine with the second generation AirTags. You won't have to buy any type of new accessories for these new AirTags. So I mentioned the only changes on the outside. However, we do have redesigned internals thanks to that new speaker inside. So Apple says that the AirTag 2 speaker is up to 50% louder than the speaker in the original AirTag. So I will be testing that a little bit later, and I will have a detailed comparison of these two in another video as well. But this new and improved speaker is going to be easier to hear, and that in itself could be classified as an anti-stalking measure, since it will be more difficult for sound to be masked or hidden. Like, you can't just cover it up and mask that sound as easily as you could before. Okay, so let's go ahead with the setup here, because the AirTag 2 does also have the second generation ultra wideband chip and a newer Bluetooth specification with increased range. So precision finding will work from further away, and it's also now available on the Apple Watch. So we're going to be testing that here in a moment, but let's first go ahead and set this up. So let's go ahead to connect right here, and if it fails and says it cannot set up, just go ahead and lock your device and unlock it again, and then you will see the pop-up repopulate there. Just because I took too long, it timed out the connection. So anyways, you can see here, it says name AirTags. You will have the option to name the AirTags if you're going to be putting this in your jacket, if you're going to be putting this in your backpack, your camera, you just basically classify it to what you're going to be putting this in to track. So I'll just say, I'll put this as luggage right here. We'll go ahead to continue and take a look at this. It says enable additional AirTag features by sharing this iPhone's location. So you probably won't see this, but if you're sharing your location from a different device, it will now ask you to switch your location sharing to using this device instead. But I'm going to do not now in my case. And then right here, it will say AirTag is linked to your Apple account. It will show your email and your phone number. And it tells you basically everything right here, that it's intended solely to track items that belong to you. So you will have to agree to this to move on. And then it will say connecting right here. You will get a little chime. And then it says right here, this looks new, Brandon's luggage, and it shows with you. And then right here, it says precision finding. When AirTag is nearby, an arrow will point to its precise location. Ping from Apple Watch and share your AirTag. So that's right there. And it shows a live location of our map right here as well. So now let's go ahead to view and find my app. Now keep in mind, your iPhone does need to be on iOS 26.2.1 and later to be able to set up and use the AirTag 2 properly. So if you have not updated to iOS 26, you will need to go ahead and update to that along with watchOS 26 to take advantage of, the precision finding feature on your Apple Watch. Okay, so now we're going to do a test. We're going to see if precision finding actually works from 1.5 times further away than before, thanks to the second generation ultra wideband chip. And by the way, if you don't know what this is, if you tap on Find right here inside of the Find My application, this right here is the precision finding feature. So it does give you haptic feedback and it tells you when you're nearby, when you're close to that AirTag, and you will also have the option to send an alert in the form of a sound to that AirTag. So I want to test the speakers as well. We'll test the speakers here in a moment. You can see how accurate this is though when I'm moving it closer and further away. Let's see if the first gen is actually that accurate. I don't use this feature as much as I should. So right away, I can tell you that the first generation, it takes a lot longer to connect. So the second generation connects almost instantaneously, but this original AirTag right here takes a little while. And you can see it's not really, it says precise location cannot be determined, even though it's right here. So I can already see a decent improvement in the AirTag second generation. So it's much easier. You can see when I move it away, it is also a good bit laggier than the second generation, along with the haptic feedback. You can't feel that or hear that through the phone, but I can tell it's a lot more consistent than it was before with the AirTag 1. So let me go ahead and try that again. I'm just gonna go ahead to Find. And again, you can see it does take a split second. It's better now, but the first time it took a lot longer. Okay, so now I'm gonna go place these AirTags in a different location and see if the AirTag 2 actually works from further away. Okay, so check this out. The original AirTag just says far. Like when I'm trying to find it right now, it just says far. It doesn't even say how far away it is or the direction or anything. It literally just says connected, signal is weak. Try playing a sound to locate it. So I'm also gonna play the sound and see. It kind of highlights that right here. So let me see if I can hear it. Okay, I can hear it. It's decently loud. So let's go to the AirTag 2 now and see if it actually tells me something more useful than far. And let's see. So right away, it tells me exactly how far away it is. And it says connected, try moving to a different location. So it does say signal is weak right now, but at least tells me that it's 59 feet away. So let's go ahead, maybe a little bit further, or a little bit closer, I should say, to get to where it can, point me in the right direction. Okay, so there we go. It picked up after a few seconds, and you can see that I'm like 60 feet away, and it's still telling me. So I'm in the exact spot where, the first AirTag, the AirTag 1, it couldn't even tell me how far away it is. Now I'm over 60 feet away, and it's pointing me in the exact right direction. So I'm also going to go to exactly where I was before and play the sound and see if I could actually hear a difference in the sound. Just me hearing it, my opinion. Let's see. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is much louder. That is a significant difference in the speaker, like how loud that ping is. So definitely a difference in the speaker, I could tell just from that. And also you can see that it's picking it up from much further away. Okay, so I pulled up the first generation AirTag again, just to see how close I actually have to get for it to say something other than far. Let's see how close I actually have to get. I've been on this page for a while, so it should be connected. It should have enough time to get signal. And I'm still walking. I'm almost there, basically, to the AirTag. So you have to be pretty close. Okay, there we go. So it just picked it up finally at like 23 feet. Let's see if I go back. Let's see if it actually, stops. So it's really stuck at 22 feet. Okay, so it looks like 22 feet as far as it goes. And as you could see earlier with the AirTag 2, it went to like 60 feet. So a pretty big difference there. You'll definitely be able to use precision finding from much further away, which can be very helpful to find. And even at 20 feet, like I'm literally in the room right now, it's still not even showing me the arrow. There we go. Finally, at around 15 feet, it showed it. Okay, so maybe a little bit further back, maybe around 20, it would show that. Okay, so it's showing it now, but for some reason it didn't show it until, I got really close in there. So let's see if I can actually go back further now and see if it goes beyond what it did earlier. Okay, so maybe it just needs to get that connection better. But you can see here, it's after 35 feet, it shows far. So clearly you can see the difference in AirTag 1 and AirTag 2. And if you have an Apple Watch, you can now use the precision finding feature on your Apple Watch as long as you have a Series 9 and later or an Apple Watch Ultra 2 and later. So you can now do exactly what I was just doing on my phone on your Apple Watch as long as you are updated to watchOS 26.2.1 or later. Now also inside of the Find My application, you will notice a couple of other things. So first off, we have Share AirTag. So you are able to add another person to share that AirTag, which means that when they open up their Find My application, they will see your AirTag in their account, like in their Find My application. So if you wanted to share that with somebody, like a family member, a loved one, you can go ahead and do that. Also right here, we have lost AirTag. This is very important because if you do lose, an item, you're not going to basically just lose an AirTag. Most likely your AirTag is going to be inside of something else, whether that's luggage, a backpack, whatever the case may be, a camera bag. You will want, somebody to be able to locate you and contact you if your stuff gets lost. And you can do that with this section right here. So it says show contact info and also share item location. So I'd recommend turning these on just in case something gets lost. The person who finds it can have a way to contact you. So if you go to show contact info, you can see that all they will have to do is just tap, hover over the AirTag and it will show that information. It says tap to reveal information, allow others to get in touch. You can see it even pops up right there. So if I go to continue, so you can see it says enter a phone number in case someone finds your item and wants to contact you. So put in a phone number. You can also put in an email address if you would like to. So I'll put in this phone number right here and tap on continue, and you can see it says notify when found. So you can have that enabled, and you can put in a note right here. So by default, it says this item has been lost, please call me. So now if you tap on show information, it will now show that when that AirTag is lost and somebody hovers over it, and it shows right here the contact information that you have showing up, when it's lost. And also we have share item location. So if you go ahead and tap on that, it says get help finding your lost AirTag by sharing it's located with an airline or a trusted person. So this is a relatively new feature here, and it is also something I would recommend turning on, especially if you're somebody who travels often and you have an AirTag in your luggage, specifically your checked bags, not necessarily your carry-ons, because if they get lost, an airline will have the ability to see the location of your AirTag and help you find it quicker. So if you tap on continue, it says item location ready to share. You can now share the location link. Some apps let you paste the link directly when reporting an item as missing. So if you go ahead and copy that and send it to, airline customer service, they will be able to track it in their system. And you'll notice once you get out of there that the lost AirTag, share item location feature does have a limit. It expires on February 4th in this case, and you will have to renew that link. And that way it can't be abused and somebody always is able to track your item. And then you'll also notice a feature down here that says notification. So notify when found. That is something, if you have lost AirTag turned on, you'll want to have that turned on so you get a notification when somebody finds it. Also notify when left behind. This is something else that you're going to want to enable, but you're also going to want to have it set to notify you except certain locations. So this is going to give you a notification when you leave your AirTag behind. You've probably seen this with like the AirPods, AirPods Pro and other devices. When you leave it behind, you get an alert. You could also have that set up for the AirTag. So I would go ahead and have this enabled, but notify you at all locations except for your home location and maybe other locations that you frequent. And then finally down here at the bottom, we have our settings to change the name and emoji. So if you wanted to change the name and the purpose of that AirTag, you could do that along with the emoji that you see on the map. Also, you have remove. If you want to remove it completely from your account, you could do do that. And also stop all sharing. If you want to stop sharing it with contacts and, as the public link, you could tap that and it will stop all of the sharing. Now, you should also know that we do have unknown AirTag alerts. So if somebody places an AirTag with you and it starts tracking you, you will see a notification on your device that tells you an unknown AirTag is following you and that you should beware and kind of look for a potentially hidden AirTag. So don't use this for stalking purposes because clearly there are things intact that try to prevent that. So that is one thing to keep in mind, especially with the louder speaker now. It will be easy to locate these AirTags if you're trying to use it for nefarious reasons. And then the very last thing I want to do is check and make sure that we have the same battery inside of the AirTag 2 as we did the AirTag 1. So yes, it is the same CR2032 battery as you can see right there. Those are watch batteries. That is exactly what we had in the first generation, and that's what you'll find here in the second generation as well. So if you're like me and you bought multiple batteries, a pack of batteries, so your AirTags can last longer, you can see that it is the same exact battery. And by the way, if you're wondering how to get the back of the AirTag off very easily, I would just put it down on a surface like this that's not slippery and kind of just rotate, push down with force and rotate counterclockwise while holding it, and that will pop off the back like this, and you will get access to the battery inside. And to put it back on, you just take these three little notches right here and line them up with what you see inside of there, and then twist clockwise, and you will hear a noise when you've done so. And actually an easier way to put this on is just to line up the notches and just use both thumbs like this and just twist to the right with both thumbs. I found that to be easier than trying to do it, putting it down on a surface. And actually that could be easier to take off the AirTag as well. Just use both thumbs and swipe to the left. That could be another alternative. Just using both thumbs, I think, is the key instead of just using one. So AirTag 2, a pretty solid upgrade over the AirTag 1, to be honest. Like really the main things that you care about have been greatly improved. So precision finding is much better. Like it was a clear difference right away, not only connecting to the AirTag and the signal like being there right away on my iPhone, but also the distance that you're able to use precision finding from. Also the speaker is a good bit louder as well. So that's great. The battery inside is the exact same battery, so you're not going to see any type of battery difference or anything like that, but I think it is worth going ahead and getting some AirTags 2. I don't think it's necessarily worth it to replace your AirTags 1. I mean, they are cheap, so it is something I'm going to do personally, but I wouldn't recommend everybody do that if you don't have the means to do so. So I'd say it's more likely and it's more recommended to just buy AirTags 2 when you need them and just kind of stack that on top of the AirTags that you have existing, because not everybody's going to use precision finding on a very frequent basis. So it is a nice feature to have, but I wouldn't say, just ditch your AirTags 1 for the AirTags 2. I think it's more, something I'd advise more to just get the AirTags 2 and add that to your fleet, so to speak, of AirTags so you can track more things. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you soon.